Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy have been a duo since the early 90s. On today's episode of Anchor's Points, we're going to show you where that relationship began. I gotta warn you up front, this episode also includes a makeup tutorial from the CMP Gossip Girls. So let's just say things get a little weird.
Alfred, I'm at Arkham Asylum. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy have broken out. I'm gonna go to their last known location. I'll get drive-through.
See what I'm saying? Both of my daughters, the CMP Gossip Girls, love Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. C loves Harley, and P loves Poison Ivy. I think their love for those characters comes from the same source as my love for the Gotham criminal duo, Batman the Animated Series. This is my first episode of Anchor's Points where I'm covering TV content. Initially, I was inspired by the comments of one of our most loyal viewers to do an episode of the many different animated versions of Wolverine. That will probably be my next TV episode. The CMP Gossip Girls wanted to do another makeup tutorial, and I haven't done one of those since this channel got an overhaul. I figured I would kill two birds with one stone. Feature the makeup tutorial they wanted me to share with you, and also give you a little history on the origins of the Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy relationship. I'm going to warn you, this video is complete with skits and everything.
Say, we got this big bag of money. I can't wait to spend it on candy. Harles, I know I love Twizzlers, but we're going to buy diamonds. The good thing is, Batman will never find us now that we're hiding in this suburban house.
You were warned. Poison Ivy first premiered in Batman issue 181 in June of 1966. I had never heard of her until she appeared in the 9th aired episode of Batman the Animated Series in 1992. You will see with these TV episodes, I'm going to harken back to 90s cartoons a lot. More often than not, the best non-comic versions of X-Men and Batman characters will be from their 1990s cartoons. I am talking better than any of the live-action movies or any of the cartoons that have followed since the 1990s. Poison Ivy from Batman the Animated Series is no exception to this rule. In her very first appearance, she becomes the girlfriend of a pre-Two-Face Harvey Dent, only to poison him. Further into the series, Poison Ivy would create human servants made out of plant life to romance influential members of Gotham society. One of those high-ranking Gothamites was Bruce Wayne himself. He fell deeply in love with his plant-based girlfriend and was crushed when he discovered the truth about her. Every Poison Ivy episode was like two movies in one. A noir about a beautiful woman that would lead you to your doom, and a B-movie sci-fi horror flick about sentient plants out to eat you. On Batman the Animated Series, Poison Ivy was this brilliant scientist with an agenda you could support, but was so extreme in her beliefs and in her methods that she was destined for Arkham Asylum. And in Arkham, Poison Ivy would meet a character that she was destined to be paired with for decades to come.
You two, you're going back to Arkham Asylum.
Never! We forgot our makeup!
In 2020, Poison Ivy is more frequently featured as a supporting character to Harley Quinn than she is used as a standalone Batman villain. Pamela Isley, aka Poison Ivy, and Harleen Quinzel, aka Harley Quinn, became a duo in January of 1993 on the 47th episode of Batman the Animated Series. The episode was entitled Harley and Ivy, and it featured the duo going off on a girls-only crime spree throughout Gotham. Harley Quinn as a character had not existed before Batman the Animated Series. She was created by Paul Dini, one of the show's writers, after he had a dream about his friend, actress Arlene Sorkin. Sorkin would be cast as Harley for what was expected to be a one-time appearance in the animated series episode The Joker's Favor. The animated series team loved Harley so much they started writing her into more and more episodes. Personally, though I think many others would agree with me, that Harley didn't really take off as a character until she and Poison Ivy teamed up. Once Harley started to show that she was not just the Joker's main squeeze/punching bag, the possibilities for her character were endless. So what makes Harley and Ivy work so well? Both characters are considered mentally unstable enough to be locked in Arkham Asylum. Poison Ivy would clearly kill off all of humanity if it meant her plants could grow in safety, yet she still considers Harley to be a bit of a loon. The duo, even in that original animated series episode, show a loyalty to each other that normally you do not see among other Gotham City criminals. You almost never see that level of dedication between two male Batman villains. Harley and Ivy's bond is not based on a shared trauma, the way that Batman has a connection to any of the various Robins he's trained. They don't have similar powers or even similar views. They work together because they care about each other, and they enjoy the hell out of committing crimes together. Though Harley spent more than a decade being known as the silly Joker sidekick who was madly obsessed with him, no matter how rotten he had treated her, Poison Ivy was always trying to prove to Harley that she was something more. It is ironic because since the episode of Harley and Ivy in 1992, up until November of 2019 with Harley Quinn's own cartoon show, Poison Ivy has always been Harley Quinn's biggest supporter. She has always been trying to show Harley that she doesn't need the Joker to be complete. Ironically, Poison Ivy has now become the one that, as a character, seems incomplete without Harley. Harley has moved on, getting her own solo title in 2013. She has also been a main member of the Suicide Squad since the New 52 reboot of DC Comics in 2011. This set up Harley for her appearance in 2016's Suicide Squad, where she was portrayed by Margot Robbie. Poison Ivy, meanwhile, has had her own comic book miniseries and has appeared in the TV show Gotham, as well as other DC animated shows. She has not gotten the same level of attention as her partner, and is often seen as Harley's best friend or love interest. Hopefully, Poison Ivy will have her time to shine, but until then, we can enjoy Harley and Ivy's adventures together in Batman the Animated Series. If I was going to rate Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy's episodes on Batman the Animated Series, of course I would give them 5 Clemmys. I'm not sure I would have much of a choice. Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn might beat me up if I didn't.
You'll never get away with this. Okay.
Well, that's it for Anchor's Points. Please stay safe.
What we did was just
Remember to like and subscribe.